Rosh Pina, today is a Jewish town, with more than 3,000 inhabitants. Eliezer Rokoch was a Zionist from the old residents of the country. He believed in Hebrew work, and opposed the method of distribution, in which they collected money abroad for the old residents of the country, especially members of the Ashkenazi communities. Although he was boycotted in Safed in 1875, he purchased some of the land in the Arab village of Al-Jawana. 3 years later in 1878 17 families came from Safed. They called the place Gaioni, which sounds similar to the Arabic name. But they failed. Lack of knowledge in agriculture, prolonged drought, economic hardship, and disease caused most of them to abandon. In Romania, a Zionist group called, a Group of Settlers from Israel by Farming, was organized. The group's representative, David Shuv, bought the lands of Gaioni, and its members immigrated to Israel in 1882 and established Rosh Pina. Hoping for a new future, they chose a name according to the verse in the Psalms. The stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. Chief corner translation Rosh Pina. But the difficulties were as many as their predecessors, and they turned to Baron Rothschild for help. Baron Rothschild in exchange for ownership of the land supported them, as he did in other villages called Moshavot, which were the people of the first Aliyah. With the help of his officials, he built houses, a synagogue, a school, provided medical and educational services, and established agriculture of silk and wine, and even built a French-style garden. After the First World War, the country was occupied and transferred to the British Mandate, which established a police and customs station on the site. During the War of Independence, the British gave the Arabs the police station. The Jewish fighters from the Irgun and the Haganah took over the station. When the Syrians invaded in order to occupy the land, the residents of Al-Jawana abandoned the village so that they would not be harmed while the Syrians occupied Rosh Pina, knowing that they would return to their village later. But in Operation Yiftach, the Galilee was captured by the Jews, and the Arabs from the village remained refugees in Lebanon, and their lands became absentee property and passed into the hands of the Jews. Over the years the place developed. Slowly new residents and intellectuals arrived. At the same time the first buildings were restored and preserved for the benefit of heritage and tourism. After the establishment of the State of Israel, many immigrants, mainly from North Africa, were directed to the transit camps near Rosh Pina. These transit camps formed the basis for the establishment of the development town of Hatzor HaGlilit. Over the years, Hasidim and immigrants from the Soviet Union were added to it, and today about 10,000 Jewish residents live there.